So in working with a hair, we're going to be working with a very simple principle, and what that is we're going to kind of try to blend the hair forms within. And for a quick tutorial on how to do that, we're going to first of all go here, turn off this layer, bring this in front, and we're going to make a gradient out of a stroke, right? So we're going to use the brush tool. We're going to use the brush tool, but we're going to use, let's say, the linear gradient, for example. When you select the linear gradient, let's just select that, and you go to the paintbrush tool and you just color like that. You realize that this color has two colors, okay, instead of this. Okay, there is this and there is that. Okay, so we're going to be using this one, okay, the one with two forms and two shapes. So the way we do here with the image that we have, so I brought in this image that we were working with earlier, and you can see that this image has multiple colors. It has this color, it has black, it has grayish, it has whitish. So to begin with, we're going to be working with the brush tool, of course, this paint brush tool, but we're going to come here and sample colors from here, right? So how we do that, we first go here and get our tool here, and then we, for example, sample this color here, or that golden color, and then we bring it and save it as a swatch. So you bring it here, swatch, and then just put it there. Okay, so we've marked that, and we're going to now create a color out of this one. Okay, next we can sample this color, for example, and again bring it there as a swatch. Now we have to, so the next thing, we go to the gradient, change this to the front, and then go to the gradient linear here, and now we're going to use these two colors that we selected. So I want this color, let me say I want this color here and this color here. So what that will do now, it will, when you bring up your paintbrush tool, it will bring up a color that is like this. Okay, so before you continue, you can change it to you can change the width here. For example, when you're starting, you can just click once like that, and then come change the width to, let's say, 0.5. okay, and then you change it like that. So you can have, you see these hair strands, okay, they are very small. So when you bring them over there and then you just click once like that, it's kind of like making a similar hair strand like this. Okay, so exactly this is what you're going to be doing. Okay, but again, for the case of this hair, we're not going to be exploring much. For the case of the hair, since we're just starting out with this tutorial, I'm not going to be explaining in detail of how to do complex hair shapes. I'll be explaining again in future videos on how to do the hair again, like I explained earlier. Today we focused on one topic, and that was the blend shapes. Next part we shall be focusing on the hair and other things. So following the techniques that I showed you, I come up with an idea like this, where you will see that the hair blends within the original base shape. Again, I changed its color from black to kind of brown, and I try to do the same thing, essentially, to use gradients where the parts are dark on the sides, and then again, what I do, I just click and bring the swatch over, and then that's the swatch that I want to use. And then I go to the gradient, I set it to that color, and then I change the color that I want, and then on the sides it's dark, it's the color of the original hair. Okay, so the original hair based shape that we created, so that whenever I work with my layer, okay, first of all I click once and then change the hair dimensions to that area, so when I click I now have that tapered hair which just blends into the base shape of the hair. Okay, so again I'm not going to explain in detail here exactly. By the way, there are very many forms of shape here. I think I'll be doing a video on how to do different shapes of common hair. But for now we're going to work with this, and you will see that it kind of works if you take your time and just try to figure out exactly the different shapes, how the different shapes interact with the different areas of light, and you'll be fine. Okay, so here I'm just doing the same thing that I did earlier. When you're doing the hair, make them to appear as a volume, and you'll be on the right path. So if you're making them as volume, treat it as a volume, so you give it those curves where it needs to be, and it will be fine. Okay, so I know this is not the best explanation of the hair that we can do, that we can work with, but do not to worry, there's going to be tons and tons of other videos on hair and how to do it very, very clearly. In this video I didn't record the hair very well, so I didn't take time to do a thorough analysis of how to do the hair. That's why I do not have real footage on how to do it, but I'll work with whatever I have right now. But not to worry, in future tutorials I'll be showing you exactly the steps and the processes, but for now I've just explained a little bit on how you can do it. Okay, so when you're done you should have something similar to the first image, and then you'll be fine. So mine for right now it's at this point, and again I'll add changes and add things to it, and also do yours to make sure that you come up with something realistic.